Slash type actually sounds like a pretty good name for a team. I think that should. We're just gonna call him that from now on.
Slash type.
A slash. I don't know. Whatever. It's like the anime that was called Hack.Sign or whatever it was. It's like, come on, what an uncatchy name for an anime. But it was still pretty popular, I heard. Anyway, on the right side of the map, in the red, from the team alternate attack slash type slash unit name slash Ursa female 2, it is Socke. And on the left side of the map, in the blue, from the team Acer, trying to close things up for his team, it is Elfi. This is actually the map with that unit, too.
It is. Unit slash name slash Ursa female 2.
Yep.
She'll be on the map. We'll show you later.
She's somewhere around there.
Space Shark is just waiting for someone to walk by and initialize him.
Why does Space Shark appear, but unit slash name slash female Ursa name to... Oh, that's not something you want to see at the start of a game.
No. I do not think that Elfi has played too much on
Where would the
Sanshorn
other bases be?
There. Ha. The island.
Yes, but...
That would actually be terrible.
So apparently Elfi does not have a lot of experience on this map. That may give a bit of an advantage to Socke.
Yeah, we'll find out in a bit, though, as see what these guys' strategies are. It's 12 gate from Elfi, a 13 gate from Socke, so small difference in the build so far. Of course, Socke going to be out one more probe in advance and may indicate that he's going to be a little bit less aggressive, a little more economy-focused in this game.
Yep. Well, since Elfi isn't too experienced with this map, maybe some other people out there aren't as well. Let's kind of go over it. It is a two-player map. There are islands in the top left and bottom right. It is a fairly large map as far as two-player maps go, and it does have three, easy-ish bases to take. There is a ramp going from your natural down to the main sort of map area as well. So it kind of makes it a very good map for doing expands, for defending. It is a rather wide ramp, but still we do see a lot of players play a more macro-oriented game no matter what the matchup is on this map.
And looks like it is going to be 18 cybernetics core for Socke versus the 16 for his opponent Elfi. So now there's small difference in the builds thus far, and Socke actually already adding on his second gas. Like I said, this will be a little more tech-focused, a little bit more economy-focused than his opponent. And actually, I want to check on Elfi's side. What is he sitting at? Just 17 workers. We'll see what he builds up to, but he's making a Zealot, and he's got a lot of Chrono Boost, so a lot of signs point towards an early gateway attack.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, if you ever see someone stop Chrono Boosting their probes after the second time around, you start to get a little bit nervous about an all-in. And you know what? Elfi did just say basically at the start that he's never played the map before, so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him do some sort of early all-in. He's putting down that second gas, but that may be a fake just in case a probe comes in anyway.
Well, he's switching things up at least a little bit now because his opponent's going after the 3 Stalker build, as we saw. The second gateway was actually on the way for Socke now. But this Nexus was expending Chrono Boost to get out a couple of additional Stalkers early on. Zealot's already out. The probe has actually survived for a while. Could drop down a forward pylon if the time comes.
Yep, certainly could. And there's a Robo actually from Elfi, so yeah, he's not going to be doing any sort of 4-gate or anything like that. And yeah, back to Chrono Boosting probes. So I think you were right. I think he saw that double Stalker opening. He's like, all right, that's pretty good against 4 gates. I'm going to change things up a bit.
And looks like he is still going to try and drop a pylon up on the high ground here. We see Socke actually going after another Twilight Council there. So, yeah, we'll see what this forces out of Socke if he can gain a little bit of an advantage here as one of these Stalkers is in danger of going down, and it does fall. The second Stalker for Elfi trying to get away as quick as possible.
Yeah, did he see the Twilight Council? I wonder if he clicked on it. I saw him come in, but I didn't see that he actually clicked on it.
Yeah.
So
I assume he would, though. But
yeah, has he seen 2 gases, though, yet?
Yes.
Okay, he did. So he can assume possibly that is a Twilight Council, but he doesn't know for sure. So Elfi's still a little bit in the dark about what his opponent is doing right now, and that's kind of why we see him do just a very safe opening. I think it's probably going to be 2-gate Robo. Oh, never mind. It's going to be 1-base Colossus. Okay.
1-base Colossus.
2-gate Robo expand has been really popular lately in PvP, but 1-base Colossus is always good. Always goes down smooth.
That's true, but
right.
Not for your opponent though. It's actually quite violent.
Yes, but for everyone else, it always goes down smooth.
That's true.
That's my 1-base Colossus tagline.
I think that's a good tagline. For everyone else, it goes down smooth.
16% of the time, it works every time.
Every time.
That's right.
All right, so let's see here now as pylons being added for Elfi. Back on Zocke's side of things, though, he is moving up to a third warp gate robotics facility and Blink on the way, so he will be able to make his way in. This is a good map for Blink Stalkers, as we can see.
Yep.
A lot of space around the side he can blink onto the helicopter landing pad. He can go all the way around the top and just blink directly into the back where there's not any structures up.
Wouldn't it be on top of the base if it was a helicopter landing pad? It'd be kind of dangerous to land on a landing pad that was on the side of a building.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I suppose so. It depends on how good of a pilot you are. If you didn't suck at it, you could do it all right.
Yeah, but still, I wouldn't want to try to land a helicopter on a landing pad that sticks out the side of a building.
Wouldn't want to try to land a helicopter, period. That's just a lot of disaster involved.
If you were in an action movie and you had to land a helicopter, would you do it? Would you have to? Would you try?
Well, I mean, if I had to, but naturally, I'd be the hero of it, so anything I did would work. So I'd have that built-in confidence.
I see. Was there a speed too? I think there was, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was on a cruise ship.
We have to keep this cruise ship going.
No, I'm honest. It was on a cruise ship, and it ran into the pier at the end, and a bunch of things blew up.
Oh wow,
and
I didn't know that.
I've only seen Speed 2 once, and I can't believe I have this strong of a recollection of it.
I did not know there was a Speed 2, but I was like, what other things can they possibly find to drive fast?
Well, there is a Colossus coming up now. Good number of Blink Stalkers for Zocke, but look at that. The anti-Blink Stalker defense is set up for Elfi, as he does have a couple of Immortals in place. Zocke actually expanding out of this with a couple of sentries back at home for defense.
Mm-hmm.
But, Elfi has got a pretty powerful attack coming out himself.
Yeah, man. I mean, this one-base Colossus is going to be very, very difficult for Zocke to handle. Looks like Elfi, good scout there with the probe. He does see everything. Wanted to probably expand, too, but he's got a Colossus out, 2 Immortals. It's a pretty strong army against what Zocke has. He could just, blink ahead and try to kill the Colossus, but if he did, he would take a lot of damage from the Immortals.
Yes, he would, and looks like he's going to try and make his way out of there, forced to use the blink. None of his Stalkers die, at least for now, and Elfi sitting back home, expanding and putting up another Colossus. So, wow, we may have our first true macro game of the day on our hands, and it's going to be a PvP.
I believe we just saw Elfi do a really cool little trick, too, as he moved down that ramp. He purposefully, I think it was purposefully, left one of the Immortals behind, maybe to try to entice Zocke to blink in to try to take out the Colossus, and then he would have been able to flank with the 2 Immortals, kill off a lot of Stalkers. It may not have been the intent, but it was cool. Oh, speaking of Stalkers in the base, there's Stalkers in the base.
There are, as a matter of fact. It looks like one Stalker does go down. The Observer may fall as well. No, those Stalkers unfortunately can't get to the low ground. One pylon dies, but not a whole lot of other damage done, just kind of a temporary annoyance, and Zocke taking some damage in the meantime. Yeah,
both players just expanding at this point, too. Neither one really able to break the other. We'll have to see how aggressive Elfi wants to be with this Colossus build.
Yeah. And let's see here, though, as Nexus not quite finished up for Elfi. He was temporarily ahead in workers, but now, of course, Zocke going to be able to push ahead, double producing those probes for a while. Then, as I say that, nothing else coming up. He's actually moving to a Dark Shrine.
A Dark Shrine. Yeah, a Dark Shrine from Zocke. Interesting choice. Very interesting choice.
I'll actually, it's being proxied. I'll show it in just a second once we show this Stalkers being moved away. Unfortunately, they only get 1 pylon, once again losing another Stalker, trading a Stalker for a pylon each time. We can see, though, this Dark Shrine being proxied over towards the 11 o'clock position.
So basically what we're seeing Zocke do is kind of count on the fact that his opponent is going to be making only Colossi with the Robo Bay, and then he's going to try to take advantage of that by running some DTs in when Elfi moves out with his army. So very interesting little trick by Zocke. Don't know how successful it's going to be. I mean, if Elfi just decides to make another Observer, he's going to be in big trouble. So Zocke kind of counting on things. Oh, look at this, though, doing a lot of damage at the natural.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Man.
A lot of workers killed. Actually, he's killed 11 so far, and nabs a pylon. He'll be able to blink out of there. Loses 1-2 Stalkers, but certainly worth that trade there. As we can see, he's up now by 11 workers overall.
Yeah, it was a bit better. Getting a little bit of more singeing action on some of his Stalkers, but all in all able to get away. Only shield damage really done there.
And
the Dark Shrine is finished.
That was the distraction you were talking about, so he's going to try and warp in some units into the main, pulling those units away. He does have a forward pylon being put down, and he's going to scoot his Observer over there, or so I would assume. The Observer kind of running away for now.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Zocke needs to do this, but he also needs to micro carefully so he doesn't lose too many Stalkers and kind of die to a base trade situation. But here we go. DT's about to be warped in the main.
And Zocke doesn't have anything back at home at all.
No,
this is full-on base trade, so a couple of DTs making their way in. How many Observers are up? None. Or just one, I'm sorry.
If he can kill the Robo, make sure that there's no more Observers coming out, and that's exactly what he's going for right away, and then kill his opponent's Observer using his, that would be absolutely huge. He could just simply win on that basis, but this is still going to be a very close base race. That's a strong army from Elfi.
Yeah, unfortunately, Socke needed to pull away. Does he have a probe up at the front? I'm actually not sure. There are 19 on the field now. Yeah, there's one. So he's going to need to put down another Nexus, basically ASAP, because his opponent has a little bit more frontline firepower and is able to take out these bases just that much quicker.
This is going to be a crazy game. Both Nexuses going down for both players. I think we might even see Socke taking a Nexus at his opponent's base here, too.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So Nexus goes down. All of them. Oh, there are no Nexuses in the game right now.
Both players revealed. Yep.
Okay, well, let's see. A few more units warped in there. Actually, a couple more DTs, and those DTs could really be the tipping point.
Yeah, they certainly could be. I mean, again, if Elfi is able to snipe, or if Socke, rather, is able to snipe the observer of Elfi, then the game is just more or less over. Right. I mean, Socke could just chase him down with DTs. So Elfi's definitely going to want to keep that observer with his army. We'll see. But the other thing, too, is that he can't get his observer too close, otherwise he'll be in danger of losing his. So
exactly.
And then never being able to see it.
Elfi actually canceled his Nexus that was being constructed. Looks like he's a little more concerned with just taking out everything that Socke has. Socke not leaving a lot back at home to go ahead and kill this, of course. Looks like he wants to make sure he cleans up one more probe.
Good idea. Yeah. Looking for a few more things here. Both players revealed right now, and so let's take a look at the unit counting station real quick here. Oh, there's another robo being built by Elfi somewhere, but we've got for Socke 5 Zealots, 5 DTs, 11 Stalkers with Blink, and for Elfi we have 5 Zealots, 2 Immortals, 3 Colossi, 5 Stalkers, and 2 Sentries. So, yeah, a little bit better army for Elfi right now.
Yeah, a lot more firepower there, but of course, we'll see what's going to happen, though, if he is able to get that robo up, and he's sitting over it with that observer as well. So looks like he's going to be more than fine to go ahead and deflect this. So Socke, it's really up to him to try and get something down. He's got to snipe the observer and get in there and kill the robo before another one comes up.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be pretty difficult for Socke to win this game. Now that we're kind of looking at how everything is going, the DT coming in here immediately getting vaporized. Yeah, and Elfi just has a bigger army. Socke went for a very unique idea with this, but I just don't think he can finish the job. It's going to be so difficult to get in there and snipe that observer. He's going to try, though. Here he goes.
Yeah, making his way in now. Looks like he's going to took a couple of shots at the assimilator. He's trying to find a way to pick off that observer, but it's so far in the back.
Oh, he gets...
Oh, it's so close.
He does get it.
Oh, wow, it is down.
Oh, but his gets away.
And he needs to be able to kill this robo.
Oh, man,
my God,
if he can kill the
robo,
so
close.
The observer's going to get out before the robo
37,
dies, though.
38, 39.
And nice force
field.
It gets
out.
Oh, man, the observer gets out just in time. All the DTs go down.
Wow.
GG. Oh, man.